This is Brandon Lee with BetFirms.com here with your 2012 Kansas City Chiefs football predictions. The Kansas City Chiefs came out of nowhere to win the AFC West in 2010 with a 10-6 record. It was a season of ups and downs in 2011 for the Chiefs. They opened 0-3 before reeling off 4 straight victories to get right back into playoff contention. They would go 3-6 the rest of the way to finish 7-9, though 2 of their victories came at Chicago and home against the defending Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers. Todd Haley was fired after a blowout loss to the New York Jets, leaving defensive coordinator Romero Crennel to serve as interim head coach for the final 3 games. They would win 2 of those 3, with their only loss coming in overtime against Oakland. Crennel, who was the head coach at Cleveland from 2005 to 2008, has been named the head man for 2012. Here's a look at the personnel he'll be working with on offense and defense, as well as my prediction on where Kansas City finishes in the AFC West. The Chiefs struggled mightily on offense last year due to injuries to Matt Castle and running back Jamal Charles. They put up a mere 13.2 points and 311 total yards per game. With a healthy return of Castle and Charles, I look for them to post much better numbers in 2012. Castle got off to a slow start last year, but he had turned things around before going out for the season with a broken hand against Denver. He completed 59.5% of his passes for 1,713 yards with 10 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Kansas City would not get stable quarterback play the rest of the way, as its experiments with Tyler Palko and Kyle Orton did not work. Castle returns healthy and will be backed up by former Denver quarterback Brady Quinn. Charles rushed for 1,467 yards with Kansas City in 2010, but he saw his season come to an end in Week 2 with a torn ACL against Detroit. He returns healthy, and the Chiefs have added running back Peyton Hillis from the Cleveland Browns to give them a solid 1-2 punch. Hillis battled a hamstring injury last year, but he is also expected to be healthy. Dexter McCluster also figures to get his fair share of touches in his hybrid running back wide receiver role. Kansas City has struggled to find production from its receiving corps for years. The Chiefs believe they have the right guys in place now, with Dwayne Bowe, Steve Breston, and John Baldwin manning the receiver positions. Tight end Tony Moeaki returns healthy after missing all of last year with a torn ACL suffered in the preseason. They have also added Kevin Boss from Oakland, which will allow them to run the 2 tight end sets similar to New England. The offensive line took a step back last season, but a lot of that was due to the injuries of Castle and Charles. Left tackle Brandon Albert finally has a solid right tackle opposite him in Eric Winston, who was let go by the Houston Texans prior to the draft. Left guard Ryan Leja and right guard John Asamoah resume their starting roles, while second-year center Rodney Hudson replaces the retired Casey Wigman. This will be an improved unit in 2012. The Chiefs held their own defensively last season under the guidance of Crennel. They gave up a respectable 21.1 points and 333 total yards per game, ranking in the top half of the league in both statistical categories. They feature a young defensive line that is steadily improving. Defensive end Tyson Jackson and defensive end Glenn Dorsey are both coming off breakout 2011 seasons, but each needs to show more as a pass rusher. The Chiefs used their first-round pick on nose tackle Dontari Poe, who is expected to start right away. Kansas City boasts a solid linebacker corps that ranks right up there with the league's elite. Left outside linebacker Justin Houston had a great rookie year and figures to be one of the top guys in the game for years to come. Left inside linebacker Javon Belcher and right inside linebacker Derek Johnson are forces inside. Right outside linebacker Tamba Ali is one of the best in the business at getting after the quarterback. The secondary may be the most improved unit on the entire team. Star cornerback Brandon Flowers returns, and the Chiefs signed corner Stanford Routt from the Oakland Raiders this offseason. Strong safety Eric Berry returns healthy after missing all of 2011 with a torn ACL. Free safety Kendrick Lewis enters his 3rd year in the league and has already proven he belongs. Now for my AFC West prediction, I have Kansas City picked to finish 3rd in the division with a 9-7 overall record. The Chiefs have a lot of factors pointing upwards heading into 2012. They get a healthy return of Castle, Charles, and Berry, who are clearly 3 of their best players. They get to face both Buffalo and Indianapolis due to finishing last in the AFC West a year ago. With the easiest schedule in the division, there's no question Kansas City should improve on its 7-win total from 2011. However, both the Denver Broncos and San Diego Chargers will be improved this season, which will make it tough for the Chiefs to take the division. I have them contending for a division title right up until the final few weeks of the season, but they play 3 of their final 4 games on the road, including a Week 17 visit to Denver, which could decide the AFC West title.